do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. You used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave and by the time it's done I'll be gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to RSC10. We are here for the second day of the rival tier play-ins. I'm Tom Dillon. Alongside me for this first match is Big Chebs, and first match coming up is between Erebos and Overkill, and I'm suspecting it's going to be one of those incredibly close games. Cross-conference between 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I've been following both of these teams a little bit throughout the season. I really like the look of Overkill. I think Detroit's really settled in Rival. I think today, I believe DP's playing, which I think might be their normal roster, but I'm not 100% sure. And then Erebos with Senji. He's always a solid player, so I'm excited to see what happens. Really,
should be a very entertaining game indeed, and a date with Arena Tribe next up in the stream awaits the winner of this game. Of course, the loser crashes out of the competition immediately, all vying for a place in that lower round one. Of course, it should be very fun indeed. I'm excited, and I think everyone else should be as well. We've obviously already crowned 2 champions so far in this RSC season. Icicle won the prospect bracket, of course, and the challenger bracket was won by the ever dominant Primordial, and I suspect some of these franchises hoping to take this rival bracket on as well, and hopefully one of the franchises at least can think about a double. That's a long shot away from this game today. Erebus and Overkill. We've got all of the statistics ready to come up for you. First up, we'll have the team statistics, I do believe. And, these are just very interesting, aren't they? How they are different across the 2 conferences.
definitely. You can see, Override with more goals, but then it scored more goals and conceded less. So you can see they got probably a bit more of a better rotational skill, but you can see Erebos with a much higher demo score, which they are very much known for, with Vampire Squid and Senji both being massive demo players. I believe both in the top 10 for demos in EU or something along those lines, top 100. So as you can see, almost double. So I think we'll definitely see them coming into play throughout this game. And yeah, the shooting percentage for Overkill is a little bit higher, but it shouldn't mean too much, in my opinion.
And as for the 2 rosters, it looks like, from what I'm reading, that Overkill have got perhaps a little bit more of a standard roster. Patroid and BTTOS both playing above 60 games at 72 and 64. DP with a 36 and Raxler at 18. So they've got a pretty standard roster with a clear sub there in Raxler, you would assume. Which is, we mentioned this a lot on the stream, but it's pretty important you head into the playoffs to have a roster that is clear in your head, don't you think?
Definitely. I think it really shows, like, it's always the more you play with someone, the more you get to know how they play, how you get to follow their rotations, their general play, their passing play, stuff like that. So to see like a roster push forwards and this be the main roster, it really shows like a team knows what they're doing throughout a series, throughout a game, throughout the season. And I think we'll definitely see more passing plays. I think a bit more kind of connection between the players. Yeah.
And as for Rebos, it seems to be a few more issues troubling them. Vampire Squid with 60 games, Lino 44, and then Man Like Ice, or Man Like Rice, I believe.
Like Rice, yeah.
Wow, what a name. 16 games played for him, and then Senji with the 8. So that suggests to me, not following this particular team too closely, that's been a mid-season roster change.
Definitely. I think looking in the lobby at the moment, DP will be playing instead of BTTOS, so we'll have a bit of a different roster, I think, than they usually play. But from the games played, I think they still have like 20 games as this roster, so they'll know what's going on. It's not going to be a team that's going to randomly start playing together. They've been playing, I think, for most of the season, so should play well.
And, well, I think we're ready to tell the teams to get into this. And, well, we can get ready to go. I was about to tell them to join up. They've already joined up. Would you look at that?
They know what they're doing.
Yes, we're watching the stream clearly as we get underway for this round one of the rival play-ins on the other side of those play-ins, of course, and immediately with a Rebos in the blue and Overkill in the red. It's Overkill on the attack immediately, trying to create an opportunity. Was Raxler, I believe, still pressing. Now Patroid going into the centre, trying to find someone. Can't quite do it. Still with a shot from DP this time. Lands for Patroid and just can't quite get the shot off, but perhaps trying to set the tone early on here, Overkill.
Yeah, definitely. You can already see bump and demo players. I think Overkill playing into how Erebos play. I've already seen a lot more demos and bumps come out from Overkill than from Erebos, which is slightly unusual for Erebos, but it's still 0-0 at the moment. I think anything can happen.
Yes, certainly. With 4 minutes on the clock already, a minute down. Patroid, oh my word, he's going to have an incredible air dribble through there. Can't quite get the shot away in the end. It gets saved off of the line, but still more encouraging signs for Overkill. The Reapers haven't barely had the ball out of their own half yet as Patroid goes forward again. Lionel bringing it away, going for Vampire Squid, rank 25 demos, and it's going to be Monkey Lion. But Lionel with a shot and with the first goal of this game, well against the run of play, and it's a lovely goal as well.
Nice aerial. I don't know whether Patroy could have done better, but nonetheless, it was a good shot. You can tell that they're really pushing. Both teams really. They're playing quite aggressive, which I mean I'd expect from Erebos, as they're kind of more demo players. They're going to get more aggressive to try and pull out demos and then go for a shot. But Overkill also still doing very similar stuff.
Patroid bringing this forward onto Raxler, bumped by Vampire, and eventually comes away with the ball into the centre. A chance for a teammate, and DP is there in the centre. A wonderful little pass to pick out the teammate, and had to beat 2 men to do it. Raxler, DP wasn't missing that one. Open goal, and it's 1-1 as quickly as it's 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, Raxler and Senji both kind of a little bit ropey on the wall. Couldn't really read it too well, and it's just meant it flew straight out into the middle to basically an open net, which DP was very, very good at just slotting away.
It's DP going over the top now. Can't quite get the shot away once more, and it's going to be Lionel who recollects down this right-hand side from a Erebus perspective. Now Senji is beaten by DP, though he didn't really put a challenge in, did he? DP there to match the ball. Another demo, actually, and this time it's on Petroid, and it's going to open up the space for Lionel to get the shot away. And well, his second goal of the game, the demo plays, be the order of the day, it seems.
Definitely. It's Vampire Squid. He's ranked 25 in demos. He knows what he's doing when it comes to demos, and he just clears Petroid out of the net, leaves Monkey with a lovely open net, and Monkey does what he needs to do, slots it away.
Probably dirty Rocket League at the start of this game.
That's what we see from Erebos.
Yes, it's now Petroid trying to bring it forward. Overkill probably feeling a little bit hard done by the fact that they aren't leading this game, but as is the way, Senji down this left-hand side tries to get this off of the wall to find a teammate. Petroid in the end is going to recollect. DP now on the ball, booming it forward, going still is DP, can't quite get that off to a teammate just behind him, but Raxler trying to keep this alive, and all of a sudden Petroid with the pass forward. Senji off of this back wall is going to have a shot, but not a shot, sorry, going to try and clear it away, and the ball off of the backboard is just cleared once more. Lionel applying the pressure this time into Squid in this corner, and a chance for Lionel if he can just get that shot away. He can't. I think was looking for a pass off of the wall. Petroid this time with a booming drive downfield once more, can't get it past Squid, who trying to go forward again, just using attack as defense, really. There's 1 minute and 24 seconds to survive this storm. A shot again from Senji, doesn't quite find a target.
I keep thinking that Erebos look a little bit shaky, and then they just play really solid shots and defensive blocks and all that kind of stuff. But then it comes to like simple hits off the backboard, and they look a bit shaky. And I think Overkill just needs to really. Ooh, that was a close one. They really just need to like. They're 2-1 up, and they just need to play a bit more safe, I think.
Perhaps so, as Petroid is now trying to go forward. 2-1 still with 40 seconds to go. Can they find something, Overkill, here, or are they going to take a game deficit? There's a demo, which is really crucial, but the ball flies out, and Petroid can't really do much with it, apart from try and boom it back into the box. DP now trying to go for a pinch off the wall. Can't really get it, but it's still going here, and has it for a teammate, and surely now Raxler is going to get the goal. Saves the game 2-2 with 25 seconds to go, and now it's going to be a big push to try and avoid overtime.
It's just echoing what I said before, that they're playing Erebos, by the way. They're playing a very kind of aggressive play, which means that they play a lot more risky plays off the wall, especially, and they're just like that again. Vampire Squid going for a ceiling shot when he doesn't need to. It's just it leaves them very open at the back. Means a lot of players just end up out the way, and it means that Overkill, as they did just now, basically we're left with an open net and just a tap in for Raxler. But looks like we're going to overtime.
Perhaps just waiting for the ball to touch the floor to confirm.
There we go.
Out. We are. Thought for a moment there might have been a chance, but we get underway in overtime. It's Raxler who wins the kickoff, but Lionel is there. Senji now into the centre, trying to find a teammate. It's laid up nicely for Senji, actually, and can't quite get the shot away. Neither can his teammate, actually. And Petroid now coming forward. Lionel has to do his defensive duties diligently in order to avoid a quick counter-attack and a quick end to this overtime. Back forward goes Lionel, and surely a chance now. Petroid off of the line once more. 30 seconds already gone. It's now Senji with the shot. It's cleared off the line by DP on this occasion. Lionel keeping it alive down the right-hand side. Raxler clears once again. Squid now with a shot into the box. Petroid gets it clear, but Senji ends up in possession, and eventually the ball is cleared once more. Back downfield though, and a chance for a tap off the backboard for Squid, who tries to go again. Lionel playing oh so aggressively once more, but Petroid now getting the chase. Has a look for a pass into the centre for a teammate. Can't find it. Raxler now having an attempt. DP, it's behind him, and I'm afraid they're going to have to recollect and create the attack again.
I'm really liking the aggression, the pressure coming in from Erebos now. They were up for most of the game. They went 1-0 up and then 2-1 up. And they're really just piling the pressure on the net, going for just shots after shots after shots, and it's really nice to see.
Is it working though as Raxler now with a shot? It's off of the backboard. Oh, a shot now from Raxler once again. It was off the sort of rear wall there. And then he's managed to, well, I suppose you would call it a double touch as he's 1-2'd himself into the back of the net, into the corner. Superb play, solo play
Definitely.
from Raxler. And they get the game in overtime. Didn't make it easy for themselves, Overkill, but weathered the storm with the pressure very well indeed.
Definitely. I mean, 9 shots to 7. You can see that Overkill just had a bit more of an attacking prowess. Erebos, I did like their pressure, but I think they got caught out on the counter attack a few too many times. That just ended up leaving their net open for that nice little tap in by Raxler.
And much of that actually was the counter attack in the end there from Overkill. Of course, Raxler able to get that solo play. But encouraging signs for Erebus, and I don't think they'll be feeling too disappointed with dropping that game 1. They know that there's a lot of a base to build on in many ways, and as long as they can get off to a good start in game 2, perhaps an opportunity.
Definitely. I mean, Erebus went up twice during that game, 1-0 and 2-1, as I said. I think Vampire Squid and Senji need to come a bit more into the game. They're kind of leaning on Lionel to do a bit too much sometimes. As you can see from the score from that game, 704 for Lionel and 200-ish for both Squid and Senji. But I really think with the pressure they were putting on during that overtime, they can really kind of tie up this game, keep it going.
As we get back underway then, game 2 here at the Forbidden Temple, and immediately this ball pops up for DP, who's going to try and have an immediate solo plays, twisting and turning through the air as Petroid keeping this alive. Lionel's on the line and is able to get it cleared away, but still trying to keep this pressure on. Overkill trying to bite Erebus with a little bit of their own medicine here. A demo in the centre is on Vampire Squid, and now Petroid with virtually an open net to aim at is just going to miss, but DP on the follow-up. Surely it's off at the crossbar once more. Raxler now has a shot and it's cleared away by Senji. 3 shots and none of them able to find their target. Again, it was a very aggressive demo play in this game. Another demo this time perhaps would have opened up an opportunity if Petroid wasn't up the other end. But a flying start to this game too.
Definitely, the pressure coming on from Overkill is just great. Just shot after shot, pass after pass, really putting pressure on the Erebos net. And I'm kind of sad to see that they didn't end up in a goal, because I really think they deserve one from that little play.
Some would probably call their demo game here, though, a little bit overkill, as Petroid brings this away. Up to the top right.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I pride myself on the old puns. As Raxler now into the corner. Goes into the centre with a chance, and it's going to be yet another solo goal from that man. Let's have a look at it again. It was off of the back wall. He's able to get the beating of Squid, and then the shot is at an impossible angle. It's helped on through, I'll give him that. But an incredible goal.
Really nice shot. I'm assuming he looked up, saw that no one could get back into net. One facing backwards, one on the left post, one on the right post. And he just put it straight in the middle where no one could get there.
Petroid going forward again, trying to get a 2-goal lead in this game. Oh, after a 2-goal lead in the series, which is exactly what they get. DP with his second tap-in of the series. Raxler once again being the playmaker into the centre for DP. They link up superbly, and it's 2-0 to Overkill. And at the moment, Erebus in this second game don't quite have the answers as they did from much of that first game. This is almost a solo goal. Kick-off goal. It's not with too much vigour, that shot.
No, Erebus able to get back and clear that one away.
DP now down the right hand side, gets past 2 of them in a slight overcommit in many ways. DP trying to keep the ball alive. It goes backwards. Raxler with the air dribble, can't quite find a teammate, and now they're going to have to defend for the first real time in this game. DP with the clearance. Raxler down the right hand side has a shot, and it's just going to be saved. And if there was a teammate there, it would have certainly gone in, but thankfully for them, it just was avoided.
Vampire scored a very shaky save, but enough to keep it out in the end. I'd like to see Erebos try and push this forward. I know that there's a lot of pressure coming on from Overkill, but Erebos seem to, they get the ball and then they just keep it in their own half for a little bit, or they just try and boom it away. And I think a little bit more of a solo play from, I don't know, really anyone, maybe Lionel, would really open this game back up.
I think you're right there, saying there's not been much creativity from Erebus. It's now DP trying to add a little bit of flair, goes for the shot, and it just careers off with the backboard once more. Petroid into the centre. There's a chance if it can be hit, it can't be hit. And now DP with the shot off the sidewall, pass of the sidewall. Petroid keeping this alive into the centre. There's no teammate there. Lionel is going to clear this one away, try and get them out of strife. They need to come forward now. Lionel with the air dribble, with a chance to try and get a shot away. In the end, it just falls on deaf ears. The attack, however, Vampire is had to get beaten in the air by Raxler there, otherwise it would have been a certain goal. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. 1 minute and 25 seconds for Erebus to find a couple of moments of magic here.
They're looking much more confident, at least. They're pushing forwards, a bit more open, and there you go. They were knocking on the door, and they finally opened it, kicked it down. There was a lot more kind of pushing forward. Vampire Squid and Senji can be a lot more kind of used in the plays, and yeah, really just opened it up, and Vampire Squid's put one away, and now there's only one goal left in it.
Need a big minute now to both teams. Actually, Erebus trying to make sure they don't put their opponents onto match point too early. And of course, Overkill looking to put themselves onto match point at this stage. Petroid with a shot, and it goes in. And surely now it's going to be Overkill who take the 2-goal lead in this series. I think 2 goals in 59 seconds might just be a little bit too much. And really there, I think, just too much attacking from Erebus.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of unhappy with that. I think the pass from Lionel, if it was placed a little bit better, would have been a really nice pass and could have led to something really well. But he put it slightly too far behind Senji, and Senji obviously couldn't really get back round the ball to clear it away, and just kind of left Petroid with a reasonably open net in the end.
And Ovi Snow was called Petroid the German Berserker in chat, which is an incredible nickname with 30 seconds
I like
to go.
that.
Yes, I like that. Probably nickname of the year, or certainly the season. Petroid goes again. Can't quite get the goal. It's saved off of the line, but this is all that they need here. Overkill. 19 seconds to go. They're certainly on their way. Petroid again with a shot, and it's actually going to be an incredible read indeed off of Senji in the end. And if I'm not mistaken, that is... Oh, it's not his hat-trick. It's a brace for Petroid. Absolutely wonderful. And the game is pretty much going the way of Overkill now. Almost certainly.
Yeah. He did very well to read that, because in those kind of situations, you kind of never know where the defender's going to put it. Could go left, could go right. And Petroid's read him perfectly and been able to basically score a double tap off his opponent's car.
Inch off of the wall is going to see this game go 2-0 to Overkill. They are absolutely going along almost perfectly at the moment, and now they're on match point. 3 opportunities, in other words, for them to pick up this series and head into that round 2. It really is panic stations for Erebus now, who are starting to see their entire tournament fall away from them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just looking at shots and saves, you can really see which team is on top. 12 shots to 4, and then Overkill with only 2 saves. But Erebus, I mean, holding on with nine saves in the end. It's clear who's on top in this game. I think is the easiest way to put it.
Definitely clear who's on top, and I think you're right in saying that the Erebus don't just really have the answers at the moment for their opponents. They're playing well, they're playing their own game in many ways, but it's just not quite working for them at the moment. Overkill just having a little bit too much for their opposition at the moment. Yeah. Of course, momentum can shift, and you have to feel if Erebus do take this next game, suddenly the momentum and the shift of pressure goes back towards Overkill, who are trying to avoid that sweep. So still chance of a game 5 here. I just think that Overkill will fancy their chances.
Definitely. I'd like to see Erebus come more into the game with their demo plays. It's what they're known for, their team. So I think, I mean, even if you look at names, the Cargo Boom and the Rank 25 demos, you know they're a demo-y, bumpy team. But we haven't really seen that too much from them this game. They've really kind of held back.
They have, as now it almost a chance for Petroid, but in the end he's going to collect on this right-hand side. Goes into the centre for a teammate. DP can't get the shot off, but perhaps Raxler can. Raxler certainly can. And it's a wonderful little team goal once again. If it's going to be Erebus to the king of the demolitions here, it looks like Overkill are certainly the kings of the team goals, particularly in this series. And they take a 1-goal lead, and a chance all of a sudden to wrap up the series starts to open immediately. Coming forward once again, Raxler with a shot saved off of the line by Vampire Squid, but it's not dead just yet. I think now, perhaps with DP missing that one, the attacker's just lost his vigour.
Definitely. I mean, it's exactly what Overkill wanted. They wanted to open this game up, keep their momentum going, and they've scored pretty much instantly. And you can really see them still piling the pressure on. They know what they want. They want the sweep, and as it stands, it looks like they're going the right way about it.
Crucial save off the line from Petroid, who now down this right-hand side tries to attack. The ball clears away for Raxler to have a shot. Almost gets that away, you know. It wasn't a million miles off. Now just agonisingly falls in the centre, but there is no one on the rotation in that area. I think the first man was already rotating back. Now a chance for Vampire Squid to have the shot. Raxler off of the left-hand side, tries to go forward. Lionel with the shot this time, and it's cleared. It wasn't going in, but it certainly wouldn't have helped that coming off of the backboard. And they go forward again, do Overcall. Still only that 1-goal lead, which I think is just playing on the minds. Oh, never mind. Playing on the minds of Erebus, and certainly a 2-goal lead, playing on the minds of Erebus even more. It's yet another team goal, and it's Raxler this time with the tap-in.
Yeah, it's an easy tap-in the end. There's no real kind of force from Erebus. They've just kind of let them have it, which is unusual in my opinion from what I've seen from Erebus. But I think I don't know if it's nerves, whether it's just the general play style today, whether they're just not having a good day.
Fortunately, the worst time of the season to have a bad day. It's DP
Exactly.
coming forward this time, and unfortunately, it doesn't quite bounce nicely for him. This is one of those things, isn't it? When you get into the knockout stages, that those bad days start to be so costly for you. Petroid with a shot, and it's cleared off of the line by Senji. DP this time going forward, and lots of people try to chalk stuff down to extreme nerves, as I'm saying. As I'm hearing, Frater said he was nervous. Clearly, not, I think, is the answer. A shot comes in from Vampire Squid and lingers for a moment. Monkey, Monkey Lion. There we go, with the shot. Back into the half of Erebus. Petroid now tries to create something. 2 minutes to go for Erebus to try and find something, but they're in that situation again. Yet another demo. 2 demos, actually. DP almost with the clearance. Oh, the demo's just a little bit too early. They're a day late and $1 short.
I think you just summed it up perfectly. Erebus are coming back into it, but is it a bit too late to try and come back into it? I mean, there's 2 minutes to score 2 goals. Some people would say that's definitely doable, but from what we've seen of Erebus, I really don't know.
Petroid equals this one in the air. 1 minute and 41 seconds to go. Vampire Squid this time gets demoed, and Monkey Lionel comes forward into the centre. Almost Senji's going to have a shot, but it's not going to be hit with enough vigour. And Petroid going to try and bring it away. In the end, it goes to Raxler, who's coming forward now quite quickly. DP trying to knock it off of Squid. Senji going forward. Petroid getting it clear. Lionel now trying to create something for his team. Their season is on the line here. 9 hard weeks, and it might just be alive. Lionel with a rather lucky goal. You need look at this stage, but it was an air dribble from his own box. And it was absolutely wonderful. Bounced over the top of everyone. The defenders just missing their jumps. Lifeline.
Definitely. I think Raxler was expecting the flip reset to lead to something, and then it went past Raxler, and DP had ended up just expecting Raxler to save it. and couldn't do too much about it. So some would say luck, some would say complete skill, but Overkill don't care.
Yes, lifeline all but removed. They've handled the pressure, extra pressure put on them pretty well of Overkill. And with a
Definitely.
3-1 lead into the last 58 seconds, they're looking pretty good to go on to take this victory and take the sweep in this series. The kickoff is the most important kickoff of the Erebus season as they go forward. Petroid is going to get this cleared away quite nicely. Now into the centre for Raxler, just over his head ever so slightly. And now Vampire Squid, who is going to need a couple of moments of magic from himself if they're going to go on to get this two-goal lead cut down in the last 30 seconds. Here comes Lionel trying to get one of them. Can't quite do so. Petroid does very well on the defence and now brings this ball away into the centre. There's a shot that comes in from Senji. It was perhaps not a shot. It was quite weak in the end. And Raxler trying to put this game to bed. Raxler does put this game to bed. And almost certainly now it's going to be Overkill, who we see in round 2. And they're booking themselves another series in half an hour's time.
Lionel with not the greatest of touches. He plays it just straight down, and Vampire Squid, instead of being ready for it, seems to just fall off the post, which kind of just left it open for Raxler. And he did what he needed to do to basically shut this series out. I don't see at all. It's almost impossible for anything to happen now.
Definitely.
And DP
now. Yeah.
nailing the coffin.
Well, I think he's buried the coffin there if the fourth goal was the nail in the coffin.
Definitely.
But Overkill certainly taking the victory now. It's going to be a clean sweep, but not the close game we're anticipating in the end, particularly after that game 1. DP is going to give it 7, I think, or 6. I apologise, I miscounted there. And
7 in
there's so
total.
many goals that it's difficult to count them. Another demo play actually off of the kickoff. An easy shot for DP, padding the statistics at this stage, really. 4 seconds to go. Can they get a Brazil in the last couple of seconds? I'm sure Erebus will be hoping to... Oh no, they might actually do it here. DP almost with the shot. There's a second left. If it goes into the centre, they are going to
Brazil!
Brazil at the last opportunity. A total collapse from Erebus. Vampire Squid already leaving the game. And now it's going to be Erebus who take the loss. Overkill take the victory. And well, it was easy for them in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did what we were expecting them to do. They really closed it out, but the Brazil is never a nice way to go in your last game of a sweep. But I think Overkill just proving that they should be the ones moving forwards.
And in fairness, I think Kingsman pointing out in chat that was probably them going for the demos there.
Definitely.
So perhaps the Brazil with a bit of an asterisk next to it in the end. But, well, I mean, we've done in record time, half an hour to do with 3 games of Rocket League. Sped through it, no overtime, 1 overtime, of course, in the first game. But past that overtime where they did have to come back from behind Overkill, past that, they looked so comfortable. I'm not really sure what happened to Erebus. Perhaps it was Overkill adjusting to the playstyle of their opponents and deciding, actually, we've got to play different ourselves. Or perhaps Erebus just did collapse in the end.
Definitely. I think, as people are saying in chat there, it's just I think they didn't give up, but they kind of let it happen at the end there to really make it a fun series. But yeah, it was. I think the better team has moved on, in my opinion.
Certainly the better team on the night, and the statistically better team as well, actually, in terms of wins in the Ignis Conference. Of course, Erebus being in the Glaciers, only with 37 wins compared to 39. But that's irrelevant now, as Arena Tribe awaits Overkill in the next game of the evening. That is going to be right on this YouTube Twitch channel in the next 25 minutes or so now. It's going to be at 21 CEST in the European CEST in the European time. Anyway, we will be back in about 25 minutes time, and we'll see you then.
with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
picture we took many years ago. When I said to you we would never grow old. Messages I've saved that I never send, 'cause I don't know you, but I used to back then. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time.
Found yourself a way out of this small town. Got a place at school you didn't hang around. Every day you're far away, these streets don't feel the same. Everywhere is painted with your name. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here. Try to replace you with somebody out there.
If I didn't chase you, would you even care?
And if I lost my mind, would you come around? I will keep you safe and sound after all this time.
Jack it up.
I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Here we are, a million stars floating over our heads. Beating hearts, falling apart, staying up to forget. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down, and paradise is found. We're shaking up the ground, 'cause there ain't no stopping love. Say there ain't no stopping love. No, there ain't no stopping love. There ain't no stopping
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the RSC EU play-ins, and we are back for our second night of action here. And continuing in the lower bracket, we've just seen Overkill take down Erebos in emphatic fashion, a sweep that didn't even look close at times. And now Overkill going on to face Arena Tribe in the next round of the lower bracket to advance to the playoffs. I'm being joined now by Dispatch. And how are you feeling about this matchup going into it after seeing Overkill take down Erebos in dominant fashion?
Well, I loaded up the stream at around 25 past and was like, okay, let's just see when I'm about to hop in the casting booth. And the series is already over, so yeah, Overkill, very, very dominant in their series earlier. And as it is play-ins, they still have the chance to go home. And if anyone's going to step up to the plate to send them home, it's going to be Arena Tribe, so I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah, I'll just tee this one up a little bit, give you guys some stats. So Arena Tribe finishing 4th in the Glacies Conference compared to Overkill 5th in Ignis. Both on 39 games won and 33 losses. And Arena Tribe scoring 148, conceding 144 compared to Overkill, who scored 187 but conceded 172. So two sides of the coin, it seems, for Overkill. When they win, they do it big time, but the same when they lose, conceding a lot. Looking at their previous results as well, the last 5 results for Arena Tribe have been exceptionally poor. 4 losses and only 1 win. The win, however, was their most recent result, compared to Overkill, 3 wins and 2 losses. So if you count the previous win, 4 wins, 2 losses for Overkill, definitely looking like the team in better form at the moment.
Yeah, you've got to look at the shooting percentage between these two teams. 5% difference is a crazy margin for shooting, especially in considering that there's been more goals coming out from Overkill. But as you did say, the goals scored against being a big issue. Very nearly equal in goals for and goals against. So for every goal they're scoring, they are conceding one. This may be a very aggressive side that does get punished, but they're at least scoring their chances. So, yeah. But another note for this Arena Tribe side, the game they did win was a forfeit, and it was against bottom of the table. But I do know the last 4 losses that they have had have been with FAs because they've had players on holiday. And this is the first time we're getting to see a strong Arena side in a long time.
Okay, well, yeah, that's interesting to note. Then their run of form maybe doesn't reflect the talent that is present on that team. So they might come back stronger in this play-ins bracket. But equally, if they haven't been playing together for a while, might expect the chemistry to just slip a little bit. Reminder, Overkill have just played as well. They have just swept, so they are going to be feeling hot. They're going to be feeling confident, good about themselves. Arena Tribe coming into this one completely blind, having not played with each other for a couple of weeks now. So we'll have to see how that dynamic plays out. I will just go through the rosters for Arena Tribe. We've got Nebulade, Nick, Potter, and Marbs. On the side of Overkill, it's Patroid, Raxler, Beatos, and DP76. And I believe we will be getting players joining the lobby very shortly as we get into game 1 of this best of 5.
Something to very quickly note is, as you said, you've gone over the players to these sides: Nebulade, Nish, Potter, and Marbs for Arena Tribe. Neither Nebulade or Marbs are going to be playing tonight. They are going to be playing with one of their challenger players. They will be playing with a player called Maui, who recently got eliminated in Challenger play-ins. Maui, however, is a very strong addition to this side, and I would argue is a better pickup than anyone else. And as we do see on the pitch, is Raxler, DP, and Patroid. Raxler, it's a pretty strong strat so far, but the aggression coming out early from Overkill. A demo for Patroid, and one easy goal for DP to put Overkill on the board early.
Yeah, it was a lovely touch onto the backboard from Patroid, and recognising there was only one defender home, just made a beeline for him, and DP76 with the open net to shoot into. Only 13 seconds gone. We've already got a goal on the side of Overkill here. Are they going to get another one? Not quite. DB76 does not have the boost in the tank to get up for that. And in control in the midfield now are Arena Tribe for the first time. First bit of offense we've seen in this game.
Hopefully we will be able to see a lot more, because I'd love a back and forth series here. We've seen Overkill dominate, but Arena Tribe, they've obviously been in a poor run of form, and we've seen what they are capable of. Potter trying to show us a bit more, trying to get the ball center. Isn't it going to get there in time? Patroid off the bar. Maui for the return, but just too slow, too far to the back post. The ball trying to find its way to the Arena Tribe net. Raxler try to get forward. Potter is there to cut it out. Does have time on the ball again, but DP is there to rush the ball immediately back into this corner. The pressure from Overkill coming through Patroid once again, but Maui strong on the back line for this side. Needs to get the ball forward, but the pressure continuing for Overkill. Both players missing, but DP reading the miss from Potter and a brilliant touchdown to the bottom corner. Overkill going 2-1 up a minute in.
Yeah, I felt like that was just a domino effect there. As you mentioned, the pressure just became too suffocating for Arena Tribe to deal with. It just hung about in that corner for too long, and Arena Tribe getting starved on boost, unable to make the play, make the clears on the ball out of defense, and ultimately another goal for DP76, getting a brace within the opening minute of this game. Huge offensive powerhouse already being established on the side of Overkill. As they almost get a third. There's been almost no offense so far for Arena Tribe, only 2 shots compared to the 5 of Overkill. So Overkill really establishing their presence in the Arena Tribe half.
Tribe, we've seen that they can be aggressive, we've seen that they can get goals. Statistically, they can be quite an aggressive side, but Potter, the main player for Arena Tribe, in my mind, has been getting saves this entire season, topping the stats for the tier, but managing to find a goal when needed. We've still got a lot of the game to play. Arena Tribe keeping themselves in this.
Yeah, that one just a bit of an overcommit, really, for Overkill. They were getting a bit too confident on offense and thinking they could just do whatever and they wouldn't get punished for it, but Arena Tribe firmly shutting that belief down with a shot from distance. It could have been a 50-50, but I believe a flip the wrong way was the cause of that defensive mishap. So the lead has now been cut in half for Overkill, but they have still looked dominant in this game so far, and I can definitely see them going on to win it.
Is left on the back line now, and Nish is just not able to get the ball in time. DP able to pick up a hat-trick and a brilliant flick over from Raxler here. Just as the last player misslips, Nish is not there in time, touching it into his own net, and Overkill re-establishing their 2-goal lead now. We've seen a very aggressive side so far. 2 assists from Raxler, 3 goals from DP, and 3 shots as well. I spoke about the shooting consistency being abnormally high for this roster. In play-ins, they're not slowing down.
No, they really aren't. And you talk about play-ins as well. We saw yesterday that the higher seeded or the higher finishing team in league play was not always the team to come out victorious. It really did depend on the mental and the nerves, how you could hold your own in this league play situation where you are on your last lifeline. League play, you get 72 games to decide where you finish. In this one, you get a maximum of 5. But Nish with a lovely touch at the other end there, getting the doink over the defense just in front of the goal line. Just hangs about there, and DP76 thought he had it covered, but Nish putting that one to bed, and the lead back to 1 goal only for Overkill.
Considering the tier experience, Nish coming down from Elite, being there for a few seasons now, does have the mechanical prowess to go forward and get goals for Arena Tribe. Needs to get a bit more involved in the offense. Currently leading the defense and leading the game in saves. Needs to get on that offensive end. Switch roles with Paul potentially. We are seeing Maui not very warmed up. The defense on Arena Tribe just isn't good enough. No one's in a position to make a play on the ball. Raxler there to pick up their first of the game and just capitalizing on what looks like a so disorganized Arena Tribe.
Yeah, I don't like to highlight players, but Nish there was just kind of in that grey area between wanting to go for the ball and then having to back off straight away, and opted to go for the boost as well. And that really ended up costing him, as once again the defense, almost an unforced error. But Nish, that first man there on the previous goal, just not able to sort himself out in time. And I think so far it seems like Arena Tribe are almost beating themselves in a certain way. As DP, is he going to get the double touch? Yes, he is. It's 5-2. Overkill are really starting to run away with game 1, and I'm a bit worried for Arena Tribe going forwards here.
No one's even testing, and DP has absolutely free range over the ball there. Just no one's there to try block the double tap. A very, very easy goal for DP. And this Arena Tribe side, they just need to be shutting down players. Maui is backflipping in the defense, looking nervous. Raxler trying to take this one to skies. Nish is there to block it. Maui missing again. So uncharacteristically, I've played with Maui a few times and can be a very aggressive mechanical player, especially considering being in the Challenger tier. can show up to the likes of DP and Nish, just is not doing what they can for this side right now. But this is when it matters. We're looking like Overkill are going to be steamrolling through yet another side in players.
Yeah, perhaps Maui just not quite in his comfort zone. You said about how good he was in Challenger and were just outclassing the field, but you take a step up and all of a sudden you might not be the best player on the pitch. And that might be hurting his confidence a little bit, just getting beat into the ball and not able to flex his mechanical muscles as he has been able to do in that lower division. And also nerves as well. If you've been used to playing Challenger, you take a step up and everything has to be a little bit more precise. Everything has to be more controlled and calculated. So could just be a number of factors affecting his performance, but hopefully he picks himself up and dusts himself off going into game 2, as game 1 is all but over and it is 5-2 on the side of Overkill. They always look the favourites right from the get-go. Just suffocating pressure was the name of their game, and game 1 is going to be firmly in their hands.
Maui managing to get a pinch in the final seconds. A little bit unintentional. I don't think he was expecting that, but a good 15 dunk nonetheless. Puts Maui on the board, at least a bit of a confidence booster. Consolation goal in the dying seconds. But the one thing that I do want to look at, Patroid. I did not see much of him in this game. It was mainly DP and Raxler combining on the offense. Patroid didn't need to do anything though. Just DP and Raxler by themselves have absolutely led this team going forward and taking them game 1. Waifu Fan Club, as we said, Maui been able to get that consolation goal, not reflecting the true stats of how this game has gone. Maui and Patroid need to get a bit more involved, because if Pora and Nish are going to turn up the heat, this Overkill side are definitely going to have to play a little bit more together.
Yeah, I agree. Patroid had a bit of a quiet one, but then again, we didn't really see a lot of him. And that also means that he's not making any mistakes, which, you know, if you're going to be a third man on the team, if you're going to be kind of the glue that holds the team together, that's all you want really, is consistency. And I'm sure if we watch the whole game back from his POV, we'd see that he actually had a really good game, but it's not always points that show the true performance of a player. But as you say, we want to see all 3 players firing on all cylinders, and Patroid, I imagine himself hoping to get involved on the offense and in the goal scoring. But as we get into game number 2, the series at the moment firmly belonging to Overkill, and it's all going to be up to Arena Tribe to just try and pull themselves together a bit more and just rally behind each other to try and get something going for them in this series.
This team can play together. I was meant to be coaching them today for this series, but opting to cast instead, and it's very much looking like Arena Tribe could have used it, because they just don't look unified at the moment. I've seen so much better from this roster. I know that they can do so much more, but they look caged in right now by Overkill. Potter does have a bit of time on the defense here. Managed to get the ball long into the opponent's half, but DP immediately there to return. Bounce off the ceiling, very awkward for Nish. Raxler, brilliant read off the ceiling bounce, just slotting it into the corner. Arena Tribe, they just aren't ready for what Overkill are throwing at them.
Yeah, I don't know how much boost Nish had there, although maybe I wasn't expecting the ceiling bounce. We saw him boost up and straight back down, so I think just a complete misread, and Raxler coming in for that one and just touching it home. Here's Raxler again looking for the double touch, but he's going to run out of boost off the kickoff. DP76 getting dunked by Potter, and immediately Potter demoed. Counter attack on here for Overkill. Raxler up for it, but beaten by Potter. DP76 is going to be in the way of it. Might get the dodge here. Actually gets the block. Has a very big brain play there from DP76, but unfortunately just couldn't quite find enough power. But Raxler again in front of net. He's absolutely potent in front of goal at the moment. The shooting percentage must be crazy. It's a pretty open net, but they're the hardest to score sometimes, and Raxler has been scoring them consistently.
Raxler just looking so much more dominant. The mistake from DP just not mattering, as Patroid trying to get himself on the board for the first time in the series, but he hasn't even needed to. Just Arena Tribe folding under the immense pressure coming through from Overkill, and they're just looking like such a better roster. The ball is in the Overkill half. Nish does have time in the air. No one to follow the touch. It does bounce into the middle. Patroid racing with Maui, bouncing up high. Potter and DP both up for the ball, but both players misreading. The ball just bouncing, and Maui turns away. Just no pressure coming out. Nish now has time on the ball. Pass it away to Raxler, and Raxler has been on a hot streak so far. Going for the flip reset, does get the flip forward. A brilliant goal to get a hat-trick, and Raxler is on fire in game 2.
Yeah, that is how to get your hat-trick. Raxler looking like the MVP right now. Best player on the field by quite some margin. Gorgeous flip reset to make it 3-0. We haven't even got to half distance yet. This is feeling very reminiscent of the previous series between Overkill and Erebos, where Overkill swept. I believe the final game was a Brazil. So it's looking very good for Overkill right now as Raxler puts in a 4th. Is there any way back at this point for Arena Tribe in the series? They are staring down the barrel of a reverse sweep against a team that look absolutely unstoppable.
They look ahead of absolutely everyone in play-ins. No one from Arena Tribe even breaking 100 points right now. Barely been able to get out of their half. But a 4-shot difference, no saves for Arena Tribe. Everything has been on target, but there is still 3 minutes left, and there is a chance of a comeback here. We've seen a goal come out from Maui, just pinched off the back body. Brilliant read as DP's not there in time. Both players committing. Maui, as I said, can step up to a high level. You know, to read stuff like that is not what you see from a challenger player. With 3 minutes left, they only need a goal a minute just to take this to overtime. It's definitely doable, but we will need to see a completely different Arena Tribe side.
Yeah, we absolutely will, as it's 4-1 now, and it's not impossible, but still Overkill looking like the better team. Raxler looking for the redirect, gonna miss and throw off Maui, and immediately that goal back is cancelled out, and we are back at a 4-goal cushion for Overkill. The long shot from Patroid looking to find Raxler, but no touch made, but it was enough to just throw the defense off in Maui and restore a healthy lead for Overkill. Just over half the game left, but Arena Tribe with a mountain to climb in game 2, and an even bigger mountain to climb if they want to win the series and stay alive in this play-ins bracket.
Reverse sweeping is a difficult task. We've just seen players from Overkill taking turns across these games to be the star player. I mean, Raxler, 4 goals in 3 shots. It's not even humanly possible to do that, but Raxler picking up 5 in 4 now. A brilliant pass from Patroid, who's definitely shown up in this game. Was able to get that long open net goal off of a fake from DP. And Raxler just making it look so easy against this Arena Tribe side, who just looks so disorganized in defense.
Yeah, they really do. The defense has never quite been there for them, and I mean, at times the defense for Overkill has looked a little bit shaky, but there has been very rare instances where Arena Tribe have gotten onto offense convincingly, and that is going to be 7-1. We are already at the Brazil, and we have 2 minutes left. I feel like this series is done and dusted. Like I'm more than happy to be proven wrong, but at this point, you're staring down the barrel of elimination. You're losing 7-1 before, and now you've got to go and win 3 games. How on earth is anyone going to be able to pick themselves up after that?
2 minutes left as well. It's not even like it's near the end of the game. We're barely past halfway. And Overkill will just try add up the numbers and get themselves as much stats as they can for playoffs. I can tell you now, at least one of these players is definitely going to be in the Team of the Week for playoffs for this tier, because they're just going to be able to farm stats against this Arena Tribe side. They're looking like nothing near a high contending rival roster right now. And Overkill looking to try to send themselves through to playoffs, have to make a long run. But when Raxler is 6 goals, a double hat-trick in 5 shots, what are you meant to do? Because Arena Tribe, they don't look like they can even hold down this man. They can't guard him.
No. Raxler dropping over 800 points, 6 goals from 5 shots. 5 of them have been assisted by Patroid and DB76, who have 3 and 2 assists to their names, respectively. So, definitely shows the team is working like a well-oiled machine. It is not the one-man Raxler show, but he right now is the one that is scoring all the goals and doesn't look like stopping anytime soon.
An interesting stat just to add for our viewers who obviously can't see the scoreboard right now. We haven't seen a single save come out in this game. In game 2, we've not seen a save from any single player on the pitch. This is just straight attack from both sides. We haven't even seen that much attack come out from Arena Tribe. No one's been able to get behind the ball to prevent anything. These teams just are not playing rotationally. As we said, Overkill, they can play very, very aggressive, but their stats show they get punished for it. Arena Tribe just not punishing it, and then not rotating back deep enough to be able to stop the shots. We finally see a save come through. A very weak backflip shot from Raxler. Arena Tribe, they really need to get behind the ball and stop trying to pressure outside. Because if you're losing by like 4 or 5 goals, you shouldn't be trying to play more aggressive. You need to try to conserve yourself and wait for those mistakes. That's such a heavy lead to come back from. You'd be winning if you were good enough to play aggressive.
Yeah, well, you can see why Overkill scored so many in league play. 187 goals scored over 72 games compared to Arena Tribe's 148. But as you also said, it is just all offense for Overkill. Their defense hasn't really been too solid when they have needed to defend, and I think that is reflected by their 172 goals conceded. Double touch not going to go in for Nish, and it's going to finish 8-1 for Overkill. It's going to have to be a reverse sweep for Arena Tribe, but I don't see this series going any other way than just a dominant Overkill sweep. Raxler, 6 goals, 7 from 7 shots. It's just insane, the performance he's putting up right now.
This is rough to be an Arena Tribe fan currently. This cannot be a good day for the members of Waifu Fan Club. Because right now, Overkill are just taking turns being the main man. We saw DP in Game 1, Raxler in Game 2. 854 points, not a single save from the Overkill side, and only 1 from Arena Tribe. The defense is just not there for Arena Tribe. The attack is not there from them. They do not look like they can compete right now. They're not doing anything when they get the ball. They're not able to get possession. They're just sending it long, and Raxler and Overkill have just come back in this Game 2 and demolished them. The mentality is absolutely out of the question for me for Arena Tribe. This has got to be one of the craziest comebacks of all time if they manage to get back even a game here. Because being defeated that heavily in Game 1 and Game 2, that's enough to send anyone off the rails.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you talk about the mental game, well, the first game in a reverse sweep comeback is always going to be the hardest. If you can win one, you know you can win another one and get to Game 5. And then at that point, it's anyone's game. You've won 2 games on the bounce. But I don't think I've seen a performance this one-sided all season long. And are they going to score early here? I thought Patroy with a double touch was going to score within the opening 5 seconds. I think the one thing that Arena Tribe need to do is try and score first. Try and put themselves in a position where they can actually feel confident about themselves going forwards. Or even just park the bus. Just get that early goal and try and stem the bleeding. But if it's Overkill that score first and the floodgates start to open, I think at that point it will be all over.
Nish does have time on the ball now, able to 50 out of Patroid. Por is up to try dunk it middle. DP able to get a save early on. As you said, Arena Tribe, they need to try and get forward, they need to try and get an opening goal to try save the mentality, but they can miscommunication from Nish and Porter there. Both players committing, but Porter is still up the field, trying to get the ball center. Maui isn't ready for it, but just managed to get a side flip far enough across away from the player. Maui 15 this one to center. Nish and Porter, neither of them committing able to the ball. Patroid does have time and gets a 50 across. Managed to get the bump too. Raxler is up, pops into center. Is DP going to be fast enough? Porter isn't. Both players missing, just causing pandemonium and confusion in this Arena Tribe half. The ball is immediately returned by Patroid. Maui does have time. Bounces immediately over. Patroid going for a second double tap here. Might be able to get there, but Raxler with more boost and more speed, able to just tap that one in off the backboard. And once again, Arena Tribe on the defense, just not looking good enough to be able to do anything against Overkill.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the right call there from Raxler. Patroid didn't look like he had any boost left in the tank. Maybe would have got the double, but for sure Raxler had the better angle towards the far post. And once again, Overkill are going to be scoring first here, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before the second one goes in. Raxler has already got 1 on the board, racked up 6 in the previous game, so I feel like this could only just be the start of his tally here.
You see Arena Tribe trying to get aggressive. They need to get an equalizer early on, because that one consolation in the goal, well, when you're down 8-1, it does not really matter. They need to try to get level within the opening time. We did see Overkill scored around 5 or 6 goals by this time in last game. They did slow down near the end. They did keep all their pressure early on. But looking to try extend that in the first half of this game. as you tick down into the final 3 minutes now. Arena Tribe need to get forward. DP flipping, but Paw is unable to get their body blocked by Patroid. The demo does come out. Chance for pressure. Another demo in the defense. Awkward in the backline for Patroid. Able to clear in Raxler. Does have time on the ball now. Maybe trying to hunt for some more goals. A flick over Potter. Managed to get up to the backboard. Patroid is there. Oh, it's just too far to the front post. DP into the center. Blocked out, but the ball is still dangerous in the half. Potter up for the ball. Patroid up as well. Racing. Just not fast enough, but Nish there to bail out his team. Once again up to the front post. Maui missing. Raxler on the rebound. And the shooting consistency falling off in game 3, but never mind. Patroid up for this again. Manages to find the double tap. Third time lucky in overkill. 2-0 up now in Arena Tribe. They have absolutely nothing to answer for in game 3.
No, there was several golden opportunities there that went begging, and I thought that Overkill were going to be kicking themselves there, as seems like the offense had just fizzled out a little bit, but Patroid keeping it alive and able to get a nice little double touch to double the lead for Overkill. 2 unanswered goals and 2 minutes left on the clock. Arena Tribe have only scored 1 or 2 so far in the whole series. They're going to need to score 3 in this game alone just to take us, or just to try and stay alive in this series. See if they can take us to an overtime, but right now the offense once again heating up for Overkill. A mistake there as Raxler with a pass back towards Patroid, who stayed in control of this one but cannot get back to it with the air dribble. Nish in a bit of space but absolutely no boost, just has to give it up and allow Maui to come in. Finally the ball where Arena Tribe want it to be, but there is just complete chaos. They made it all the way upfield, no one to shoot it, and Patroid just takes it for a Sunday drive down the other end of the pitch, and is adding insult to injury for Arena Tribe. 3-0 now to Overkill, and I feel at this point the series could be over.
The scoreline in game 3 reflecting the eventual scoreline of the series, as it is 3-0. Arena Tribe just haven't looked in it, but Overkill, every game they've had a new MVP on their side. Patroid for this, Raxler for the second, DP for the first. They're just so well organized. Potter isn't able to get to the ball. DP able to find a goal now for everyone on this Overkill side in game 3. Just uncontested in the air. Potter has no boost in the defense. It's just easy pickings for Overkill now. They're playing with their food. They're padding their stats, and Arena Tribe going home in play-ins.
Yeah, and honestly, Overkill, the thing that has struck me most about them is the confidence. They are so confident in their abilities. They have confidence in their teammates, always looking for each other, just able to execute a little back pass like that. No nerves whatsoever, ice in the veins, and they have put on an absolutely exquisite show for us here. A dominant victory as we tick down to the final minute, and they're still scoring.
Painful.
DP 76 now. Not quite the hat-trick. 2 goals to his name, but it is 5-0 in game 3. GG's, says Potter, and I feel like that is the conclusion we are absolutely heading for.
I think it was concluded after game 1, to be honest, because Overkill mentality game is just there, and I knew that Potter would fall out in this game. As we said, since around season 5 has made playoffs, every single season since. This will be the first time not doing so. It's got to be tough. Potter, so many roster changes this season, has looked good throughout the season, but as a roster and as an individual, cracked under the pressure against what is a very dominant Overkill side. I'm excited to see what these guys can do in the final game of play-ins, but if they do manage to make it through to playoffs, this is a team that somehow managed to make it through from round 1 of play-ins. And if they do win our next series, they will probably be able to contest playoffs, but it will be from the lower bracket. It's going to be very tough for them. Convincing win for them here. No contention at all from Arena Tribe. We've seen 2 very, very dominant series from Overkill. They're looking brilliant at the moment.
Yeah, they really are, and it's a repeat of yesterday because Sentinels were on their last life, had to play both round 1 and round 2, but won both pretty convincingly as well. Not quite as convincingly as Overkill here, who I lost count of the amount of goals scored. It was, 5 in game 3, 8 in game 2, and 5 in game 1? So 18 goals over 3 games. Mind-blowing stats. Absolutely mind-blowing. Arena Tribe, commiserations to them. They do fall out of this play-ins bracket, but they were absolutely outclassed today.
Yeah, they were just on a different level. as I said, just sharing around the MVP statistic for each game. Overkill just looking a lot more together as a roster. You can tell they've been playing with each other for quite a while, and if not, they've been practicing a good share. They've looked so good. I mean, just individually being able to go game after game, being able to step up when needed. We've seen mechanical showcase from all three players going forward. They just look like such a strong roster, and Arena Tribe wasn't their day at all, and sadly they are eliminated from play-ins.
Yeah, well, best of luck to them going forward. But that is going to be it for round 2 here. Going into round 3 now, it is going to be Dispatch and Just Jamie casting this one. I am frantically trying to find what match is going to be on stream.
Pandora and Disorder, which I believe is an upper bracket game, if I may be corrected.
Yes, you are correct. It is Pandora versus Disorder. That will be the next match on stream, casted by Dispatch and Just Jamie. So don't go anywhere. We will be back very shortly with that upper bracket match.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their
with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
loves everyone before she meets them. Her words spoken free, no judgment beneath them. She dons a sundress in the dead of winter, but that's alright. She thinks pancakes are meant just for dinner, but that's alright. She takes her shoes off and runs to the water, and I don't ask why. She thinks rules are for interpretation,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final series of the night. We do have a beautiful matchup in the upper bracket of the rival playoffs. This team will go on to what is, I believe, round one due to the format changes. We do have Pandora and Disorder. It is once again myself, Dispatch, and I'm joined by Jamie. Welcome to the casting booth.
Hey buddy, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. I'm really looking forward to this match just now as well. Actually, you know, it's one of the upper bracket matches, and we've already seen a couple of sweeps tonight. I'm hoping that this kind of puts an end to that. I hope it's going to be much closer. I'm hoping for at least a 4 or a 5 game swing this time. That's for sure.
Yes, especially in the upper bracket, we do see the stronger teams in the division. We'll definitely be able to see some high competition because it just hasn't been close. Overkill being absolutely dominating their competition in the first 2 games. People haven't seen from the stream, just an update. They have 3-0'd both of their games rather convincingly as well. The stats just showed they were slamming teams by like 4 or 5 goals every single game. They were on fire. They've put themselves into the lower bracket for playoffs, but yeah, both these teams being in the upper bracket, we finally do get some refreshing games, and there's definitely a chance that these teams will be able to contest each other.
Oh, very much so. I mean, like, as you were saying, Overkill, I mean, finished with the Brazil on one of their games as well. 0 stacking goal was insane. I'm hoping to see more of that. I'm hoping to see some really good competition here. I want to see, like, really good passing plays. I want to see clip of the weeks happening, you know, from these 2 upper bracket contenders at the moment, Pandora and Disorder. Fingers crossed it happens, you know. I'm probably going to cast a curse at myself, and it might not, but who knows, you know. It's just got a fingers kind of crossed moment for myself.
There's definitely players on these sides that have been known in the league for quite a while in the recent seasons. Not as long as when me and you first joined this league, Jamie, but in the recent seasons, since around season 6 or 7, a few players that have stuck around, a few that have dropped down to the rival tier from Elite as well, I'm noticing as I am looking at the team stats here. We may move them across on the stream now for everyone to see, but both these rosters quite equal in their wins, but coming from different places. We have Pandora second in Glacies, and we do have Disorder third in Ignis, but quite equal wins, quite equal losses, quite similar stats across the board there. These teams look pretty evenly matched, except for those demos though, Jamie. Wow.
Yeah, that demos is 100% something that I mention every stream I'm casting. It's something that you really want to see, and you can see it looks like Disorder. You know, they're definitely a lot higher, like nearly 100 more, about 80 more demos than Pandora there, and even a few more saves. But Pandora, a lot more goals for. You know, they've got like 176. You may think that 26 goal difference there isn't that much, but it is, because it's what's got them their second place compared to the 150 goals for the other team. And that's got them their third place. Obviously, third place has only had 143 goals against them, and Pandora's had 154. So, you know, it's going to be a tough one to play out. You know, 41 wins, 42 wins. You know, 30 losses, 31 losses is very close, but the shooting percentage for Disorder at 30.21% compared to the 28.7. That's actually still quite a huge margin when you think about it.
Still a very, very big margin. But looking at the recent results from these rosters, Pandora drawing 3, winning 2, but Disorder only losing 1 game and winning the rest out of their last 5. 4, 1-0, and then we do have 2, 0-3. And that is Disorder edging out on the stats, being able to just clutch themselves up into that third place with a pretty strong the last few weeks. Only 1 loss across the last 5 games is very good. They've barely put themselves into that playoff spot, I believe. If you do look over the stats now, anyone that's standing out for you, Jamie?
At the moment, I just looked and seen Cube there over for Disorder. Played 72 games. He has 134 saves. That is like the majority of the saves that team has made. That is a phenomenal amount. He's got to be an insane third man. Even being joint first on his team for assists and for goals as well, with CAF, 49 goals between them, 34 saves as well. That's who's sticking out for me right at the moment. I haven't had much look over at Pandora, but having a quick look, you can look at Flex. He's got 77 saves, but Laroni 87 saves, 42 goals, 42 assists as well. He's played 65 games. Yeah, and then you've got a 385. We'll call that milliseconds rather than MS. 62% win ratio on his 60 games. Like, wow, it's going to be good. I can't wait to watch this. I really can.
Just to highlight Cube being the highest player in the lobby, narrowly edging out Laroni and Flex by 10 DSN, will definitely be the leading player for Disorder here. Player that has dropped down from Elite along with Laroni in recent seasons. But as we do see the play-ins bracket here, they will be going through to the upper bracket. The loser, I believe, will be playing Sentinels. I think it goes across that way. But regardless, this is for a spot in the uppers. This is to put themselves forward. We've already seen Avalanche take on Montbelliard and win 3-1. The last game of play-ins here, I'm just hoping it's a good one because we haven't seen a Game 5 all of rival play-ins so far.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe tonight's our chance. Maybe tonight. I'm hoping. And I think it's time that we stop waffling on here and we get these players in on Manfield night with Pandora sitting over on the blue side, Disorder on the pink side. It's time to get these players in. Time to get it kick-started. Before we do, have you got a prediction for me, Dispatch, by any chance?
Just because I love him so much, I'm going to give this one over to Galamo and Laroni. I want to see Laroni step up. I've played against him many a times in the higher tiers. To have him drop down, I believe he'll be quite deadly, but Cube as well, playing for the org that I currently manage. Last season, playing for the elite side of Dark Magic. Definitely going to be looking at both of those players, so I'm going to say it's going to be 3-1 Pandora.
3-1 Pandora. I'll be devil's advocate. I'll go the opposite way. I'll say 3-1 Disorder at the moment, although don't hold me to that. I actually would love to see a 5-goal game. And just as I say that, Calf hits that ball right off the crossbar. Slimy with a shot. It's a great save by 385 there. Calf on the ball again. He's zero boost. He just kind of gives away possession there. Straight over to Flex, who manages to get it over Slimy, but Cube is there, getting another save onto his save tally. He passes that across over to Calf, but unfortunately he's interrupted by Laroni. Flex with a 50-50 with Slimy there. That ball nearly bounced off the crossbar down and in. Laroni not able to get a shot there either. It's like most games, it does start a little bit kind of let's just kind of bang it, give away possession right at the start. Hopefully we're going to see some more teams try and take possession. The ball seems to be ping-ponging from end to end at the moment, Dispatch.
Very different playstyles already to what we've seen in the last two series. We saw a very dominant and aggressive side of Overkill. Both these teams quite conservative, trying to feel each other out. No one trying to stress themselves too far. No disruption on the other team. But Flex able to get a demo in the ball 40, trying to find a teammate in the center. Calf is there to cut out and send this to the Pandora backline, but 385 is ready for it. Laroni, Orc in the corner now. Cube to try keep possession, but Flex is in there. Has that one covered. Slimy up for this ball. Trying to keep the ball involved in this Pandora side, but transfer a counter-attack as Calf does miss. Cube reading the miss from Flex, and now has a chance to the side of the pitch, but all players behind the ball for Pandora. Slimy will have a chance on net, just pops this low. 385 does have easy time on the ball now. Calf into the center. Is it going to be a play to follow up? No, Laroni does manage to get beaten out by Slimy. Has time in the corner now. Pops this one up off the wall. Trying to get the ball in the center. Under Flex. 385 and MS. Sniping Flex in the air now. Very awkward in the defense of Pandora. But we have seen 3 shots on the board from both sides, but nothing threatening yet.
No, not yet. That was a great save by Slimy there as well. I've seen a lot of demo plays coming out from the Disorder side there. I've seen the third man on rotation really well. Whoever's in first man, they're trying to get through, interrupt the third man of Pandora. And just as I say that, Laroni manages to sneak a shot, but Slimy catches it, flick over one, and just past 385 there. Ball now drops to Calf. Laroni with a big clear now. Flex is coming in fast. Can he pop it over another? He can indeed. Slimy just misses it. They need to interrupt. Oh, that was a good turn away by 385 there. Laroni sitting, waiting. He's low boost though. Slimy with the 50. Flex and Calf mid-air 50 just in front of Disorder net. Cube, big clear now. Can Laroni get an important touch to the side? He can. Slimy sitting behind Cube there. Calf just sitting in front of that net. Oh, that little touch. takes that back. Oh, yeah, and that's a little mistouch again. I think just a little lack of comms, a little bit of panic there, I think, Dispatch.
Stats quite even across the board. Points being very spread across Pandora. Calf just lagging behind his teammates here on 58 points. 200 and 300 respectively for Cuba Cube and Slimy. As Disorder trying to get forward now. Calf will have a chance to put himself on the board. Denied by 385. Managed to get bumped out of the way as well. Flex in a 1v1 with Slimy. He's managed to find a Savior medal already. We do go in towards the final minute and 15 seconds of the game. No goals yet on the board, but Flex will have a chance to get Pandora forward. Pinched it across net. It's too fast for anyone to get the end of. Leroni, with no boost, pops his ball backwards into the midfield. Only met by Slimy, though, trying to find Cuba Cube to the opposite corner as Flex does have time. Pops the ball to the ceiling. Able to get the ball to the side. Might have time. Opts for the boost here. 385 just launching the ball down. You see a demo in the midfield. 385 trying to find Leroni in the... But just immediately cut out. And Slimy being a very strong defensive presence for Disorders so far. Trying to get on the other end of the pitch as well. So back and forth, and in the final 40 seconds now, someone needs to try find a lead.
Oh, they really do. They really do. That was a great little passing play attempt there. That was very nearly an own goal there as well. But luckily, Pandora held themselves together, and now they're on the counter attack. Can Flex get it into centre? He cannot. Slimy is there. 385 is on the wall. Tries to get it across mid. He does indeed, but there is a strong defense there. Leroni comes in for the shot. 385 turns around. Slimy with a clear. It looks like we might actually go into overtime in game number 1 as Cuber Cube gets a touch off the backboard. 385 the shot. Slimy hits it over into the side, and the ball still up. 0 seconds at the moment. I think both teams just kind of want to let this ball hit the ground, but they're not letting it. And I think...
Ooh.
Oh! Is Cuber Cube going to keep that up? He is indeed. 385. What can he do here? He leaves that for Leroni. He just lets that bounce. And we do have an overtime in game number 1.
Leroni ruining the fun there for everybody. The ball being up for quite a while. Maybe in chance for a 0-second goal, but decides to just take the reset. Might have been a good idea for him, but narrowly missing the top right corner. But the counter-attack coming in from Disorder now. Slimy has no boost to get the ball forward. Flipping, trying to get it across. Calf to the net. Cuba Cube is up. Might have an opportunity. Awkward defense. Goes for the 3 reset. Going for the double tap. Saved away by Flex. And nearly a highlight play from Disorder as they go forward.
Indeed. 385 got a little save there as well. Got himself a Savior medal. Match Slimy's on the opposite side. As Calf bangs the ball off the backboard there. 385 manages to get a touch that sends that ball off into Disorder's half. And we see Cuber Cube trying to get it past everyone. And we can see Pandora currently sprinting back as fast as it can. Cuber Cube now on the ball. Fortunately, that was a weak touch that stayed stuck to the ground. Leroni tries to take a shot. And Calf is trying to get it past 3 Pandora men in the middle, but he can't. See Pandora, we're playing a little bit too close to each other just at that moment, but they seem to have sorted out their rotations. 385 gets a pop up in the middle of the box, but Calf is there to stop that. Now Cuber Cube, 50, goes really high. 385 is there. He's going to be met by Slimy there in the middle as Disorder now running back to try and defend the counter-attack situation. Dispatch.
Now is Galamo trying to get forward. Leroni leading the charge. Slimy missing the ball in the defense. Cuba Cube does have time to dribble the ball out. Slimy, no boost, trying to reach for this. 385 is behind, unable to make contact, but ready on the wall. Trying to find Flex in the defense, just keeping the pressure. Cuba Cube, awkward, being out by Flex. Ball is up to the backboard. Slimy and Leroni combining in the midfield, but the ball keeping itself at a stalemate. The ball is now off the backboard. Calf is ready to clear. Leroni has control, popping the ball long. 3 players missing. And after such a very tight and close game, a full team triple commit from Disorder is what ends it. Oh, just narrow margins throughout the series, but a huge mistake by the entire roster. Really, really biting them, and Pandora take game 1.
Yeah, that was a really, really close game. Well played coming into the chat from the team members. Both teams there. See, look at Pandora. Leroni had 7 shots. Flex had 6. And unfortunately, they were only able to get that in overtime. I think that was a minute 34 there. I'm not 100% sure. You see Slimy, 4 saves, trying to keep his team alive. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that last one. Well, neither could Cuber Cube or Calf at that moment. But that was some really, really good Rocket League we got to see there, Dispatch.
Finally, we get to see some contention in some close games. Overkill been dominating this evening. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a very good series on our hands here, because that could have swung either way at any point in that game. Very lucky for Pandora in that overtime. They weren't under pressure for most of the game, but still, Disorder could have easily fought back if that was a bit longer. They didn't make the mistakes that they did at the end. But in the end, it does not matter. Pandora do take the 1-0 lead in this series, but we have only seen 1 goal scored. The thing that's interesting to me, though, only 1 more save coming out, and it is for the side of Disorder. We've seen very equally matched teams. Around a 6-shot difference, with Pandora being able to get the aggression, but Disorder still had 7 shots and no goals. Laroni may have got that all by himself, and Flex, I believe, managed to get 6 of their own, but Disorder still been putting up a fight. Definitely not out of this. We're not seeing complete field domination from Pandora. Disorder can easily fight their way back into this and take game 2.
Very much so. I completely agree with you there as we kick off match number 2 on Forbidden Temple. It is very much a battle of midfield possession for both teams as Flex goes for the double off the sidewall. It's off the crossbar. That was a good touch by Calf there. Make sure that ball doesn't drop down and bounce back into his net. Fortunately, he sits in midfield waiting for it. Can Flex get the goal here? He cannot. Cube is there. Laroni now taking the shot, but it just hits straight onto Calf. Very aggressive Pandora side from the start, getting a good few shots off. And we see Calf had to go all the way into Pandora half to pick up on a 100 boost there. Now 385 is coming onto the counter attack. Can you get it past one? You can indeed, but Smiley is there to clear it away. Laroni up. Unfortunately, Cube is there. Flex coming in fast. It's a good 50 for Cube. He's got no one to help him at the moment, so 385 with a big bang. That's going to bounce off the corner, but Slimy is there. Calf. Oh, that's a good down by 385 as well. Laroni tries to hit it back into his own corner. Cube is there. That's into the mid. Can Calf get the touch? He cannot. Cube now. Can you get the pass into mid? No, Flex is there. This is looking like a stronger Disorder side this first minute and a half dispatch.
Seen a lot of aggression from Pandora early. The confidence definitely being there for them. No shots, but as Calf does get a demo, trying to get this Disorder side forward, but 385 is just ready to take it to the Disorder net. Is Flex going to have a chance for a shot here? Blocked away by Calf, and it is onto the other side of the pitch here. Rolling at the wall, Calf is already here to follow up the touch. Slimy up for this ball. 385 to cut out, trying to find Flex on the offense. Cube to cut out, leaving Laroni as the last man here. We have all 3 players ahead as the players rotate in. Might be an easy clear here. 385 banging the ball long. We do find ourselves once again in the Disorder corner. Cuba with an awkward touch to the front post. The shot is just too far. 385 with a shot. And the pressure, all 3 players getting involved for Pandora there. 385 with the finishing touch. Flex to Laroni and Cube. Miscommunication with Slimy. Diving in behind his teammate. Bit more patience. Would have had a chance for a save. But either way, beautiful play from Pandora to get themselves on the board in game 2.
It really was beautiful play there. It was good rotation by every single player. Everyone taking the shot that they needed. It took all the Disorder players out of rotation. And just as I say that, Slimy is up. Calf with a demo on the third man. Cube is there off the sidewall. A little bit of a mishit there because Slimy turned for that. Oh, he turns the wrong way for it. Gives 385 an easy shot on an open net. Cube was, oh, it was Calf actually, who also gets a save. Your medal there makes a very important on the line save there as well. Flex is on the ball. Oh, Cube is there though. Flex steals that boost. He turns back onto possession. Tries to flick it out for 385. Now Calf over to Slimy. Slimy whiffs it, unfortunately. Laroni now on the ball, tries to get it clear. This is a chance for Disorder. Cube is up. Tries to pass it mid. Can Slimy get there? He can, but he's blocked by Laroni, who manages to get a save from that. Now 385 is on the counter-attack. Calf kind of abandoned his team there and gives 385 the drop. That was just a shame. Calf decided to get out of midfield, leaves Cube and Slimy alone. 385 with the shot. Slimy does get a touch, but it's not enough. I think the goalpost kind of ate his jump there. That's 2-0 to Pandora. 2 minutes 6 left on the clock.
Slimy did turn that into their own net, but I don't think Cube would have reached it anyway. Slimy's been so consistent in the defense, but as Calf misses, Cube try bail out. Flex is up for the ball. Just missing, baiting out Cube there. Might have a chance to try get a third here, but Cube once again the defense. Has no boost. Might be able to beat 385 to the ball. Just narrow margins. Laroni to try keep pressure for this Pandora side. Pass across the center. No one contesting from either side. The boost grab does come through, trying to starve away the Disorder side. They do not want them to get past their one shot in this game so far. 3-8-5 to the front post. 2 players missing. Calf is just lost as it bounces by him. Flex able to pick up a goal for Pandora, just stretching their lead forward. And Pandora just looking like the better side in game 2. Disorder not looking as involved as they were in game 1.
No, definitely not. You can see Disorder, despite the fact that in the first minute and a half they looked really good keeping the ball in Pandora's half, they still have only had 1 shot on net at the moment. Calf with the flip reset, gets it over Laroni. Slimy there, tries to get a shot, but does not make it on target. Slimy with the touch. Laroni comes in, very important save there. Now, everyone's scrambling back for Disorder to try and get back and get onto the defense as Flex off the ceiling, unfortunately, doesn't get the shot. Tries to pass it mid. Laroni's sitting there waiting. Laroni hits it into the corner. Does he have another touch? He does. He gets it past Calf. Slimy is up though. It's it towards Calf, but 3-8-5 comes in. That ball hits off the sidewall. Cube manages to pinch that wide. Gets a save for that effort as well. Now Flex just trying to interfere with the keeper. Give Calf a little bit of trouble as Slimy manages to get that ball wide. Does he have another touch? He does. Can Calf get the shot off here? He can. And we see now Disorder have actually managed to gain a goal, Dispatch.
Having a rough game 1, linking up with Slimy, just slotting this one under Flex. Bit of a phantom touch underneath the car there. 43 seconds, still a chance for Disorder here. They do have time left in this game. A goal every 21 seconds or so. Not hard to aim for, but they will need something soon to try extend that time period. The double commit from Pandora does pinch the ball immediately into the Disorder side. Laroni trying to keep pressure once again. Might have a chance for a double tap. Awkward touch, 3-8-5, opting not to go for this ball. Well played there. Calf having no boost and launching the ball long. We do die down 10 seconds per goal now. Forrester's on the side as a player does miss in the defense. A 50-50 for Cube, assisted by Calf. Just everything going wrong. And Jamie, there's a chance now for Disorder to try tie this game up and take it to overtime.
Anything can happen in 19 seconds. You'll know it from your own games. You sit and playing ranked and things like that. The other team managed to get like a 0-second goal and stuff, so you cannot fault them at this moment, or you cannot put their hopes down. Now there is now final 10 seconds. Slimy is going to make a big clear. Laroni now up off the backboard. Can Calf get a touch? He cannot. Cube managed to stop Flex from getting a shot. Flex hits that high. 3-8-5 with the shot, and he does sink it for a 0-second goal, just like I was talking about, but unfortunately that went the other way. Pandora take game number 2, 4-2. What a game, Dispatch. What a game that was. Disorder really picked up their pace and everything in that final minute, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough for them.
Still looking like the better side, and deservedly so, come out on top. We only see the 3 shots and 2 goals from Disorder, but 13 shots once again for Pandora. 4 goals being rewarded there, a bit of a stalemate in game 1, only answered in overtime. Disorder trying to fight back, but 3-8-5 just able to pick up a hat-trick, and practically a consolation goal in the final seconds just to say, you know what, you need a 0-second goal, we're just going to take one for the sake of it. Brilliant showing from this Pandora side, looking very much poised to be able to try take this in 3, but Disorder, we cannot count them out. Nearly getting a comeback there, the dying moments, they will still have a chance in this series. And I think they can take a game or so. I did say 3-1. I think that Disorder can definitely try take one game here. The question is, can they get 2 or 3? Because that's what really matters here. Pandora right now, just looking like they have Disorder's number.
Yeah, it looks like we actually do have a sub coming for Disorder at the moment. I think Calf is going to be dropping out just now.
What?
We are. I did just see the team chat there just at the end, as we were just waiting for the guy to come in now. Disorder. I don't know what they need to do. Maybe Calf's just not feeling it. They have let's say Akko RL. Is that how you pronounce that?
I believe it's Akko, but I can understand the substitution, but taking out Calf was the only player keeping Disorder in it in game 2. Quite a controversial substitution in my mind, but Akko will be trying to get this Disorder side into a better position in this series. Everything on the line. Pandora looking to keep themselves in the upper bracket, and Disorder They will be heading down to the lowers in playoffs if they lose this. But Cube, very solid touch. Flex trying to get something going on the attack now. A redirect, nothing coming of that. Slimy does have time on the ball. 50-50 with Flex in his own half. 385, just getting a double tap off the wall. Akko trying to keep pressure, trying to keep the ball forward. Laroni does miss. Maybe chance for a Doomsy, maybe chance for a pass down. Flex beaten to the ball, but no one there yet for Disorder. 385, the player getting a hat trick last game, trying to go off the ceiling here. Unable to get a touch, still managed to find the end of the ball, but Slimy is there to cut it out. And so far, quite back and forth, but Disorder and Aquo very much looking like a bit more of an aggressive side. Maybe this is a playstyle change. Maybe they play better in the offensive third with Aquo, but as things not looking great in the defense, Slimy to clear once again. Only time will tell where this one's going.
Indeed, indeed. You see Akko now, he is on the attack. He managed to get a very important pinch there. Cube with the shot, but Laroni is back in time. To Slimy get out for it? No, he turns away. I think that was a bit of hesitation on his part there. Akko takes that ball high, passes over to Slimy. Slimy doesn't get a touch. Now Cube off the court, off the sidewall. Akko now on the attack. Can you get a 50? You cannot. See Laroni trying to get a bump onto Slimy there. That's a double commit by Flex and Laroni. The ball's hit over to Cube. Hits that into the corner. He's tripped up, but Flex is back to catch that. Cube tries to pass that across the middle, but no one's there. 385 is going to take that. He hits that off the ceiling, gets another touch. Can he get a double off the sidewall? He does. What a goal. What a goal. Now, I've said clip of the week a couple of times, even in chat. That is a potential, you know, that's a contender at the moment. Double taps it off the ceiling, off the backboard as well. That was a really good play by 385 there.
Triple tap off of all surfaces except the ground there for 385, pulling on a show. You did say there is clip of the week potential in these upper bracket matches. Trying to go for another shot here. The confidence definitely showing for Pandora and 385 in this third game. Even with the substitution, they are not phased, but Laroni under pressure now. Two players rushing out, just not ready, not seeing Cube. Even from perspective there, was unable to see Cube hiding behind the ball and Aquo. Laroni caught in the half flip and just there to equalize. Regardless of the flashiness of the first goal, things are level once again. 385 definitely will need to pull out another showstopper to take the lead.
Indeed. Now Akko on the ball. He is going to pinch that to the side, but he hits it off the sidewall now. He's low boost. Slimy. Oh, good 50, but Laroni takes out Slimy, but Akko is there. Can Akko get the pass? Oh, that's good little posturing by him there. Flex tries to get a touch off the sidewall. Does he get another? He does not. Slimy manages to get a touch. 385 with a very important demo, and Laroni manages to pit turn Akko there. Slimy unfortunately cannot sink that one home. So many demos. What a pass there by Cube over to Slimy. You can't do anything with it. He was facing the wrong way on the wall, unfortunately. Flex now up off the backboard. Oh, and that is an own goal by Akko. That's unfortunate. Laroni managing to claim that one there. See, that ball does have an orange trail dispatch.
Combining with Laroni there, and it's just tight margins. Laroni could have definitely scored that, but just leaning back at the wrong time. Either way, Akko the own goal, still credited for Laroni there. And now, one goal behind with 2 minutes left. Akko being the substitution. Pass the ball across now to 385. Might have a chance to pick up a second off the dunk. Into the corner. The substitution not showing anything great so far for Disorder. I still do say that taking out Caf was wrong, but bringing Akko in was definitely the right decision. Akko definitely been the main offensive presence so far. But still, this Pandora side with so much confidence. Slimy's just left for the Wolves. And 385 combining with Laroni off of an unfortunate touch. Flex with the pressure. All three players involved in that Pandora goal. And 385 picking up a bracing game 3.
Yeah. Just see in the replay there, Flex with a very important bump on Cube, who might have actually just been back in time. But Slimy, he had pushed up way too far there, as there was a little double commit by Disorder. I think they're kind of, they might have given up here. There is still a minute 40 left. This is still very much ball in their half kind of thing. There's still a chance for them. But at the moment, Pandora are just playing way too well. Their positioning absolutely perfect. The way they're playing, there's just no stopping them at the moment. See Laroni just interrupting passing plays left, right, and center as Akko there tries to pass that ball over to Slimy. It's off the backboard. Cube is up, but Laroni manages to get there. Slimy with a very important demo. Laroni stealing boost from Akko. Akko's low boost now. Cube with a pass. Slimy. Oh, that's over. Oh my god, Dispatch. Disorder just seemed to be doing everything right, but it's still going so wrong for them.
And Jamie, it's just disappointing. Making a substitution and still falling this short. And it being Slimy. 86 points, having a very poor game 3 so far. Is Orc on the backboard here, able to get clear. Only as far as Flex managed to get the 50 to bail out Disorder. Flex was pre-jumping that ball, managing to get back to it in the air, but Cuba needs to try get forward here. Has no boost. Fans underneath the ball. Managed to get a touch out, but 385 is ready for it. Flips the ball past, I believe, 2 players. And once again, is an open net. Flex just going to style this one in. An easy edgeable. Miscommunication from Disorder. 2 players diving in, Akko and Slimy. And wow, 4-1. That's definitely going to be the nail in the coffin. Pandora 3-0ing this. We said we think we'd see a tighter series, but Pandora, ever since the overtime goal in game 1, have just looked so much more confident.
Yeah, indeed. I think by the looks of it, Pandora, game 1's 1-0 overtime was a thing of just pure chance, a bit of stream nerves maybe. First game on, you know. And since that, they warmed up. They have turned it on. And I don't think there's any chance of coming back. No, I mean, like, even Akko manages to get a nice little turtle goal there, I see up in the top right-hand corner from that backboard read from Slimy. But it's not, it's too little, too late. 5 seconds on the clock. There's no way this is going to go to overtime.
It's just, it's rough for this Disorder side. Galamo and Pandora have just looked better. I did say I wanted Laroni to step up, and absolutely has done. 385 and Flex played their role as well. 385 being the main player at times, but as they try rack up a 5th here, Laroni to the top corner, but it does bounce down. We do see Pandora taking this one in a sweep, keeping themselves alive in the upper bracket, but at least Disorder, they aren't out of this. They do go down to the lower bracket. Their seeding able to save them here, but nothing saving them from Pandora when they're looking that good.
Yeah, Pandora were the only, like, they were on the ball, figuratively and physically as well, you know. 100%. They just played so well. Like, just look at these stats here as well. You know, Laroni, MVP again. He was also MVP in game number 1 as well. 385 MVP in game number 2 with that hat trick that he got. But Disorder, they kind of fell apart after game number 1, to be perfectly honest. They looked like they were coming back in the final minute and a half of game number 2. But as soon as they lost that, I think the fact that they realized they were on, like, that Pandora were on, like, essentially triple match point, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it just kind of all fell apart for them at that moment.
Pandora, definitely the better side, deserving 3-0 sweep. As we may be able to look over the bracket here, we will see how playoffs has shaped up. As we said, Pandora have kept themselves in the uppers and Disorder going down into the lowers. That's the end of rival play, and so all the seeding should be done. Well-deserved wins tonight from Pandora and Overkill. We do see Pandora will take that final spot through with Avalanche in the uppers. Sentinels and Overkill find themselves pretty easily. No game 5s here, Jamie. Quite easy series so far, not much contention, but play-ins is concluded for the rival tier.
Yeah, no game 5s. I'm a little bit disappointed at that, but we are going to have some great playoffs. We are got Journeyman versus Avalanche, we've got Nightfall against Pandora, that's the upper bracket. We've got Montbéliard against Sentinels, Disorder against Overkill. That's going to be off stream on Saturday. And that's the lower brackets. These guys in the lower brackets, they have 1 life. They need to win to keep their hopes of getting to that final alive. But the way Pandora played, and in fact the way Overkill played as well today, both of those teams, despite Overkill, they're going to be sitting in the their lower bracket. They are going against Disorder, and Disorder are really going to have to sit. They're going to have to look over their replays. They've got to figure out where they were going wrong. You realize in the last minute and a half of game number 3, there was very rarely anyone back. They got 2 goals given away because their third man was just out of rotation. He had pushed up way too far, and they got really brutally punished for that. But it is game 3. It's all or nothing. You kind of have to play in these situations, but you still got to try and be smart enough to not overcommit as much as they were. Going for demos and going for bumps on like third man players of the opposing team when the ball is in your half is not a clever thing to do. And these players should know a little bit better than that, I think, Dispatch.
Definitely, and I believe it was the Shadow Esports side that will be taking on Pandora in the uppers, which will be casted by yours truly, along with Spooks this weekend. And then I believe the winner of Overkill Disorder will also be casted by myself. So those will be very interested series to look at. But being honest, Overkill, they've been on a very big hot streak through play-ins, and for this Disorder side, that's a rough matchup for them. I don't think they're gonna get through that, because Pandora did look definitely the better side, and Overkill being as dominant as we have ever seen. But that'll be all from Plains tonight from us. It's been a great evening from myself and Jamie. Thank you to the sponsors, Badass Lunar Organization and Metafy and HyperX, making this all possible. It's been a brilliant season. As we do conclude Rival Plains, we will look forward to the future. But we still do have Elite Plains left for this week, but we are in the final 2 weeks of the season now. Very good night from everyone at RSC. Hope you all do well.
Peace out, everyone.